All right, can we just be honest about something real quick? There are a lot of really great parts about Christmas, but one of the best parts is the joy of receiving gifts. It's noble and it's true that it is better to give than to receive, but I think all of us really enjoy knowing that someone thought about us and got us something, and then we sit there before we unwrap it wondering what it is, and we go through the process of finding out. And then you sit there with this new gift in your hand. You get to look over it. Maybe it's something you have wanted for a long time, or maybe it's something that you didn't expect, and you get to kind of play with it or plan with it or decide how you're going to use this thing. One of my favorite gifts that I ever received as a young child was He-Man action figures. Some of you guys remember him, right? Oh man, he was just all muscular and had the sword and all these other people that he would play with and fight against. And I remember as a kid laying on the floor and playing with these action figures, and I had them for weeks and months, and they were just a big part of my playing time. But then something happened that always seemed to happen with my toys. He-Man broke. Yeah, he broke. He wasn't as strong and as powerful as I thought he was. And what had actually happened was, it was a little embarrassing and quite frankly kind of traumatic. His legs fell off. Just fell right off. He-Man, no legs, couldn't even ride on his battle cat. It was impossible. And so I remember kind of being upset about it and panicking a little bit. And I went to some craft supplies and I got out the masking tape and I'm trying to tape his legs back on. Didn't work. Glue stick, didn't work. Finally, I had to do what I probably should have done in the first place. Go to my dad. See, my dad, like all dads, was a genius at putting things back together. And so I take it to him, and he knew something about He-Man that I didn't know, and that is that his little legs were held together by a small rubber band. We used to get the newspaper delivered to our house. Remember those days? And so Dad goes to the newspaper and he unrolls the little rubber band and he doubles and triples it up and he hooks it on the inside of those legs and does some kind of dad magic inside and fixed it. In fact, to this day, that He-Man toy is somewhere in the recesses of my parents' attic and his legs are still attached. You know, I think in our life, we can operate a lot like that story. God gives us this beautiful gift, life, but before long, the legs kind of start falling off, right? And we do everything we can to put it back together. The real joy of Christmas is that the Father, doing his ultimate dad magic, came to earth and said, let me fix that. He takes our brokenness and he puts it back together and he brings us joy.